A dark, semi-transparent figure resembling a human shape can be seen moving.
All right, you guys, I just want to know if I'm the only one that can see a person in the dealership. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you pay attention. This is crazy.
Around 3 p.m., a woman named Bonita was home alone while her husband was at work. As she sat watching TV in the living room, she suddenly heard a loud, terrifying noise coming from the kitchen. At that exact moment, the kitchen security camera captured something.
Wait a second. Okay, just wait a second. Why is it that this video was created in 2025 and it looks like it's from 1980s? Okay, why? Why?
Chilling, something she couldn't explain.
Look. What was that?
Suddenly, the stove shook uncontrollably before lifting up and crashing down. But just seconds before, a dark, semi-transparent figure had passed quickly on the opposite side. Bonita insists that even if the stove had malfunctioned, there is no way it could have shaken like that on its own. Because of this, many believe that an unseen, invisible entity may have been responsible for destroying it, and the mysterious figure that appeared might be related to what happened. So, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know what to think. What's going on? Number 2.
A woman named Courtney recently posted videos of strange and terrifying things happening inside her home that she couldn't explain. The story began on an ordinary day. When Courtney was sitting in her living room, suddenly she noticed her baby's car seat started moving on its own. Shocked, she quickly grabbed her phone and began recording.
Now, you see, this is exactly why I don't have dogs. There's no way in the world I'm going to have a dog with an infant and leave them both unattended. There's no way. No.
Literally nothing here. My baby is sleeping. I don't have a remote. It just did its own thing.
Oh no.
Even the dog seemed terrified, behaving strangely, as if it could see something invisible. But that wasn't all. Just a few days later, while Courtney was folding laundry and listening to her favorite podcast, something happened that left her completely terrified. Let's watch the footage.
Yeah, let's watch the footage.
I'm just gonna give this one venue a chance. We'll see how it goes. And we drive there. It's 2.5 hours away, and it looked exactly like my vision. And immediately in my heart, like I cannot explain the feeling in my heart. Like it just felt warm, and I'm like, this is it. Like this is my vision. And you guys are like, wow, this sounds like such an amazing story. God is good. God is great. He is all the time. But there's more to
There's no way.
it. And this is just, wow. Looking back, I'm like, God really, he just loves us so much. But, so I secured that wedding venue. It's great. Everything's good to go. I signed the papers. I called Drew. He was like in the thickest PA school at the time. And so he could have toured with me at a test that day. And I was like, this is it. This is my vision. And so fast forward to the wedding day. Fast forward to the wedding week. The wedding, it says it's going to pour down
No, it's time to get out of there. It's time to move. Pack your stuff up and just go right now.
Not only that,
The dog started staring at the door and growling. Then it began walking slowly towards the door, as if afraid of something, before finally leaving. Suddenly, a baby bottle moved and was thrown towards Courtney. At that moment, she panicked, grabbed her daughter, and ran out of the room. After everything that happened, Courtney became convinced that her house might be haunted. And specifically in August 2025, something terrifying was captured by the home's security cameras. On that day, while Jacqueline was taking a shower on the second floor, her daughter was downstairs in the kitchen. Suddenly, something happened.
Time blowing off steam. But now at the casino, she's playing to avenge Paul's death. She lures Victor into a trap, letting him gain his confidence, win a few hands just to see what his tendencies are. But then she goes for the throat.
Within 4 hours, Sally has cleaned Victor out, winning the entire $100,000.
Frequently in a poker game like this, those stakes are so high, emotions are so high, often these disputes are carried away from the poker table. You would become so angry that...
Wait, why is she screaming owie ow? I mean, I didn't see what the bag did, but what happened to her? Why is she saying ow? Or is it just because she's scared?
You would act out violently.
Instead of just leaving the game this time, Sally's scared.
The girl felt something grab her arm. Terrified, she immediately ran upstairs to her mother. Jacqueline says her daughter was completely terrified and told her she felt something grab her arm tightly. When Jacqueline looked, she noticed a red mark on her daughter's arm. Without hesitation, Jacqueline went to review the security camera mark on her daughter's arm.
Did y'all see that red mark? Let me back it up.
Without hesitation, when Jacqueline looked, she noticed a red mark on her daughter's arm.
Stop.
Without hesitation, Jacqueline went to review the security camera footage and was horrified to see objects moving and throwing on their own directly toward her daughter.
You know that was the fan.
Letting him gain his confidence, win a few hands.
$100,000.
That part, though.
So what do you think?
I think, I don't know, maybe she was scared. You know how children, they just say ow, owie for attention? I think that's what she was doing. Because, I don't understand what's going on with the bag. Yeah, I don't believe it.
Was this something truly supernatural? Or is there another explanation behind these disturbing events?
Y'all know I'm messing with you.
A woman named Morgan owns a bakery in Virginia. For years, she has been sharing videos of terrifying things happening inside her bakery, captured by security cameras. And these things are still occurring to this day. Many might say that objects moving or falling on their own could be staged or pulled by strings. However, the footage we're about to show is completely different and seem very real. Morgan says she always finds plastic bowls that's shaped like a spider web in places where they shouldn't be in. This made her suspect they were somehow connected to the unexplained events. Hoping to put an end to it all, she decided to get rid of all the plastic bowls. However, a few days later, Morgan notices a spider web bowl laying on the couch where all the customers sit. Shocked, she reviewed the security footage to see how the bowl had got there. But what she saw was beyond terrifying and completely unexplainable. It appears as if the bowl had morphed out of a painting inside their shop. Watch the video and look closely.
Okay, we're watching.
Morgan was horrified after watching the recording. It looks as if the bowl came out of the painting. Morgan now believes that a hidden entity residing in the bakery may be attempt to get back at her.
Okay. Wait a second. Let's back that up.
Like before, the camera captured something comes out of a painting, but this time, Morgan claims that what fell onto the floor was a small plastic skeleton. However, when you look closely, it actually looks like a soda bottle coming out of the painting. Morgan shared the video in hopes that someone could explain what's really happening inside her bakery. So, what do you think is going on here?
I mean, I don't know what's going on here because something happened with the video. So I have no idea.
Recently, a mother shared a video recorded by her home security camera. While reviewing the footage, she accidentally noticed something in the corner of her living room. When she zoomed in, she saw something that completely terrified her. But before this incident, the mother had already experienced strange and unsettling events involving her child's toys, events she had recorded with her phone.
Okay.
Some might say it's just a malfunction in the toys. However, the mother insists that this has been happening repeatedly, and there is nothing wrong with the toys.
First of all, this happens all the time. If you have children, you already know that this happens all the time. Okay, and that's why you just have to take the batteries out so that way you don't have to experience this creepy stuff, right?
She adds that her child has started interacting and playing with an unseen entity. At first, she thought it was just a child's imagination. But what the security camera captured that day was so disturbing, it completely changed her mind.
Okay. It's super blurry. Ooh. What is that? Y'all, what is that? Was that the child or is that something, a different entity?
A plate suddenly fell off the shelf on its own, and then something resembling a humanoid figure appeared, moving near her child's bed. Fortunately, her child was not in the bed at that moment. The woman adds that she only has one dog and one cat in the house, and they were the ones seen on the couch at the time.
But what's going on with the footage, though? Why is it so blurry?
She has no idea what that thing could be. So, what do you think it was?
No clue.
The following video was posted on Instagram and was reportedly captured by a security camera in a village in Brazil in August 2025. At around 11 p.m., a man heard strange and terrifying noises near his house. He went outside to investigate, but found nothing. So he decided to check the security camera footage to identify the source of the sounds. But what he discovered was frightening and difficult to explain.
Bugs. Okay. Oh. Oh, wow. And they're going super fast.
At first, a small glowing object appeared, moving slowly. Seconds later, 3 luminous objects, resembling transparent creatures floating along the road. Moments later, they began to fade until they completely vanished.
I don't know what to think about this one. I mean, you can't really fake that, can you?
The man believes that what appeared was not natural and could be related to the paranormal. So, what do you think?
I think he's right.
A woman named Akina shares videos of her daily life on her account, capturing every moment with her only child, Banco, since the day he was born. But on January 29th, 2024, around 2:30 a.m., while Akina was sleeping next to her child, she suddenly woke up to something terrifying.
Who opened that door? Why is she screaming? Okay. This is fake. I don't blame you. Turn the light on.
The door began to open and close on its own, but that wasn't the most frightening part. Akina later pointed out something that made the footage even more disturbing. When the door opened, she saw someone standing there. It looked exactly like her husband, but her husband was still at work. He hadn't come home yet.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait, she's seen something that looked exactly like her husband, and her husband looked exactly like that? No. Let me see.
Like her husband, but her husband was still at work. He hadn't come home yet. Akina stared at him, then got up to greet him. You can even hear the sound of the main doorbell ringing as the door was opened. Akina says her husband began to walk away, so she followed him, and then something truly terrifying happened. Akina froze in place with fear, and the door began to move on its own again. But when she went downstairs, she found the door completely closed. That's when she realized what she saw was not her husband. She ran back to the room, screaming in terror.
I hope not.
And immediately called her husband, who returned home about an hour later.
That's just too long. What is she screaming? She's trying to scare the baby?
So if that wasn't her husband, then what did Akina see? And who or what was moving the door?
Who knows? I think it's fake, because I've never seen anything like that.
In August 2025, a security camera inside a motorcycle dealership in Thailand captured something mysterious and frightening. In the footage, a female employee can be seen sitting inside the shop, waiting for potential customers. Everything seems normal until suddenly something strange happens.
Now, we all know that that's just the wind.
Suddenly, the door opened by itself. The woman stands up and walks toward the entrance and began talking to an invisible customer that only she can see. Moments later, her co-workers notice what's happening and rush toward her, trying to tell her that there is no one in front of her. Suddenly, she collapsed. Later, the woman claims that she clearly saw a man walk into the store. He was asking about a motorcycle, just like any normal customer. But as soon as her co-workers approached, the man vanished into thin air. At
Yeah,
that
but watch.
moment, she panicked and collapsed.
Because I seen the
So
man.
what really happened here?
Look.
Was it a hallucination
Oh, wait. He just disappeared?
or something far more disturbing?
I seen the man. I know y'all seen the man.
This
All right.
video was recently posted by a man from the Philippines on his TikTok account. He says that he and his family were asleep late at night when their dog started barking aggressively and non-stop.
That's why I don't have
very
dogs.
unusual for it. Worried that a thief might be trying to break into the house, the man immediately went to check the security camera footage. But what he found was terrifying.
Hello guys, Aji po pala. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo guys kung ano yung nakuha ng CCTV namin noong 2019 pa. Ayan, October 14, 2019. So, ngayon ko lang siya binidyoan or pinakita sa inyo kasi hinanap ko talaga tong video na to, yung record ng CCTV namin noon sa bahay ng parents ko. So, ayan, ipapakita ko sa inyo guys kung ano yung nakuha ng CCTV namin. Tingnan nyo guys sa 10/29/17. Okay? Tingnan nyo dito, may lalabas dito na parang usok. Tapos mabilis siyang papunta dito. Okay, wait natin mag 17. Okay, wait lang natin 17 seconds. Ayun. Okay, back natin.
Oh yeah, we seen it all right. That's for sure.
Back natin. 17. Tingnan nyo dito. Ayun. Kita nyo? Ulitin natin. 17. Ayun, sobrang bilis niya. Tapos yung pangalawang nagpakita siya is 10:30. Ayan, tingnan nyo dito, mag-20 dyan. Tapos sa time na to, parang lumalakad na lang siya. Tingnan nyo, parang usok. Tapos, nawala siya dito.
No.
Balik natin. Ayan. Diba? Sa mga hindi pa naniniwala na may mga espiritu talaga na gumagala sa bahay natin, sa labas man o loob ng bahay. So ito na, nakita ko na.
You don't have to prove anything, bud.
Out of nowhere, a white, semi-transparent figure suddenly appeared. It moved back and forth in the backyard, then vanished like it was never there. When the family went outside to investigate, they found nothing, no sign of anyone. It was as if the dog was the only one who could see whatever that thing was. The man believes that what appeared in the footage was a real ghost. What
I
do you
believe it.
think?
Yeah, I believe it. Number 10.
The following creepy video was posted by a man on Reddit, captured by a security camera inside his home. Late at night, around 4:30 a.m., while the man was watching TV, he suddenly heard a strange noise coming from the living room. Moments later, something mysterious and truly frightening happened. Let's watch the footage.
Okay, let's watch. And he just puts it back like it's normal. You know, hold on. Okay, let me tell you why I don't believe this. First of all, you see there's a counter there. Somebody could be behind the counter with a string or something just to pull that bag off of the counter. That's what I think. Not real. Not real.
At first, a handbag fell to the floor on its own.
Mm-hmm.
The man picked it up and placed it back, assuming it was nothing unusual. But then, the chair began to move by itself. The man claimed...
Wait a minute. How is he assuming that it's nothing unusual? How is it so usual that a handbag just falls off the counter and it's not even close to the edge? What?
...claims that he has recently become constantly hearing strange noises in his home, and he believes that the house may now be haunted. What do you think?
I think it's a bunch of BS, that's what. Ooh, we get a bonus?
The following video was recorded by a security camera and shared by a man who claims he lives alone in his house. He says he had been living peacefully, but recently, whenever he returns from work, he notices that things inside his home have been moved and are no longer where he left them. So, he decided to install surveillance cameras inside his house to understand what was really happening. After a few days, he reviewed the footage, but what he discovered was truly terrifying.
Sinend niya to. Okay? Kita guys, mas nakakatakot to. Tingnan niyo yung phone niya. Di ba patay? Tapos ito, kung nakita niyo,
what's going on with his phone?
umaan siya dito, and then umandar yung phone. Kita niyo? Umunta siya dito, and then bumalik siya. Okay, balik muna natin.
Alright, somebody translate.
Then dito yung electric pa. Dadaan siya dito.
Ooh.
Yan. Diba?
Y'all see that?
Nandito siya galing, tapos babalik siya. Diba? Okay? Nandito siya galing, and then pumunta siya dito. Okay? Yan yung mabuti yung phone. Yan. Yan, bumalik siya. Tapos yung phone, umaandar pa rin. Nakikita nyo? Yung mabuti.
He's going through your phone?
Diba? Ayan siya.
A dark, semi-transparent figure resembling a human shape can be seen moving inside the room. Some might argue that what appeared was simply the shadow of someone walking outside near the window. But when you look closely, you can see that the shadow first appeared inside the room on the right side,
what are you talking
and
about?
not from the window. This means that the figure is actually inside the room, not outside. What makes it even more disturbing is the phone on the couch. It seems to react strangely whenever the entity approaches it.
Right.
Ayan.
He was just going through your phone.
Ayan, bumalik siya. Tapos yung phone,
or maybe
umaandar pa rin.
that's like an ex-wife.
Yung mabuti. Diba? So, ayan siya.
The man now believes that what he captured is a real ghost, and that his home may be haunted. What do you think?
He knows who that is. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.